Hello, in this video we are going to talk about the first letter of Arabic alphabet, which is حرف Alif. We're going to talk about how to pronounce this letter and the different pronunciation with different tashkil, and now we know what tashkil is, and we are going to talk about how to write it, and in the end we will have some examples. So first off, the pronunciation, uh, we need to know that every letter in Arabic alphabet has a name, and usually the first letter of this name is how to pronounce it. For example, here it's called حرف الألف. The whole letter is called حرف الألف. And how to pronounce it is in the a in the beginning, like in the name. It's called Alif. The pronunciation, we can know it from the name. Alif, Alif. So it's pronounced like a. Okay. How to pronounce it? Actually, it's pronounced from where the junction between the chest and the bottom of the throat meet. Okay, so as we see here, can see here, it's where the junction between the beginning of the chest and the throat bottom meet. A, a, a. This is حرف الألف. Also, this is very important. We need to know that Alif consists of two parts, not just one part. Okay, we will notice that Alif, حرف الألف, has two parts. Okay, the first part is just like a stick, okay, or like one, writing one, and this is called plain Alif. So this is the real part of حرف الألف. Okay, حرف, by the way, in Arabic means letter. And this part here, it's called plain Alif. Okay, and it's pronounced like soft a. Okay, soft a. Okay, so a, just a, soft, and short. And the part above, okay, this part above, this is called Hamza. This is called Hamza. Okay, and this is pronounced like a frank, strong ah. Okay, so this is what gives حرف الألف its a strong ah sound. Okay, without it, it's just a soft ah. Okay, and we need to understand that every part of them is an individual entity, which means we can use each part of them separately. We can use the plain alif separately without the hamza, and we can use hamza alone separately as well. And actually, in the future, we will talk a lot about hamza more in detail, so we need to remember it. Okay, now we need to talk about the different pronunciation we will have with tashkil or harakat. We know from our previous videos that we have three kinds of harakat or diacritical marks in Arabic. If we remember, we have this one above, which is called fatha, and we open the mouth to pronounce it. And we have the next one above, which is like a small comma or ribbon above, which is called dhamma, and it produces the sound oo. And we have the only one below, which is called kasra, and it produces the sound e. So that applies on حرف الألف. Okay, so with fatha, we put it above the hamza, as we see here. This is the plain alif. Here is the hamza. and we draw or write the fatha above the hamza, and it produces the ah sound. Okay, so the alif, how to pronounce it with fatha? Just ah. Okay. Here we have dhamma above harf al-alif, and how to pronounce harf al-alif with dhamma above? U. It will be pronounced as U. Okay. With kasra, here it's a special case because we just don't put the kasra below. We also put the hamza below. So this is very important. We need to know that when it's with kasra, we put hamza and we put kasra both below the plain alif. Okay, and this is produced the sound e. So again, here with fatha it's pronounced a. Here with dhamma it's pronounced u, and here with kasra it's pronounced e. So a, u, e. Okay, we need to remember how they look. Okay, let's have some examples of different words with harf al-alif, and in it harf al-alif has this different harakat. The first one is with fatha, as we see here, so it will pronounce a, and here harf, the second letter, we will talk about that later on, is ba. So this is pronounced ab. Okay, ab means father in Arabic. Okay, so this is ab. And here with dhamma it's u, so this would be okay, and notice this is shadda here, so we pronounce the sound two times or with stress, so and this means mother in Arabic. Okay, and last one with kasra it's e, so this is pronounced in. Okay, in means if in Arabic, but we really don't know to remember these words now, because like we are talking about just alif now. Okay, so again this is a, so ab, this is u, so this is e, so it's in. Okay, now we are going to talk about how to write it. As we remember from our very first video, Arabic letters usually in words or sentences, they are connected. We don't write them isolated. First, we will talk about how to write this letter isolated, and then we are going to talk about how to connect it with other words. So first, isolated. How to write this letter? As we know, it's consists of like two parts. So to write the first part, it's just a plain stick. Okay, so it's just a plain stick. You write a plain stick as if you are writing letter one in English, or even in Arabic it's like letter a number one is written this way. So just a plain vertical stick, that's it. Okay, so this is the first part. For the second part, which is written above here, which is called hamza, how to write it? To remember it, or to make it simply, it's like a little line, okay, and you write C above it. That's it. Okay, to remember how to write hamza. So just like a little line and then you write C above it. Okay, so this is Hamza. You can start with the C letter, okay, and then write the line, or you can start with the little line and then write C above it. And now you have Hamza. So together you just the plain stick and then you write the Hamza. Okay? The line, the short line and the C. And now you have letter Alif. And again, this is how to write it isolated. So again, just a line and then C and short line. This is Hamza and the plain Alif. Okay. So now let's talk about it when it's connected. Okay. Um, Now we have three cases if the Arabic is connected with another letter. So it can be in the beginning of the word, or it can be in the middle of the word, or it can be in the end of the word. And how will we write it will differ according to its position. For example, if it's in the beginning, like we will write it as if it's isolated, like the Alif we know and we have seen so far. This is how we write Alif in the beginning, okay? We will not connect it if it's in the beginning. If it's in the middle, okay, so there is a letter before it, we will connect it to the letter before, okay? How will we connect it? Simply, we will have like we want to connected in Arabic, and generally speaking, to connect words together we use this short line right here, like with all letters to connect them, okay? Like you have two separate letters, how would you connect them? Just use a short horizontal line. This is how we connect all letters together in Arabic, generally speaking, with this short line. So if we want to connect it to the letter before, we use this short line right here. We connect it to Alif letter, and we connect it also to the letter before Alif. Okay, in the end it has the same shape. Okay, we will have Alif, we connect it to this line, and we will connect the letter before to this short line as well. Also, you need to notice that, and this is very, very important, uh, Alif letter is only connected to the letter before and never, never connected to the letter after. This is very, very, very crucial and important. Okay, this is what makes Alif special. Okay, it's always connected to the letter before, but never connected to the letter after. This is why in the middle it's connected to the letter before, but it's not connected to something after. In the end also it's connected to the letter before. And in the beginning it's the first letter, and there is a letter after it. Why isn't it connected? Because Alif never connects to the letter after, only to the letter before. Okay, and of course the connection only happens when you are starting a new word. Okay, you don't connect words together, you only connect letters together in a single word. Okay, so now let's learn how to write uh, our Alif, okay, when it's connected. In the beginning of the words, it's the way we have learned it, so just isolated a stick and a short line and the C. Okay, this is Alif in the beginning, and it's will not be connected to the letter after, so this is why it's as if it's isolated. If there is a letter before, and let's say it's this letter ba here, if we want to connect it, so again it's the same letter, okay, alif, okay, the same thing, but we will have this short line to connect them together, okay. Here it's long, not short, okay, but usually it's short, okay, so it would be like that, okay, like that. This is how we will write it. So simply we extend a short piece, a short line from the alif, okay, so just the alif we know, okay, and we will extend like a short line from it to connect it to the letter before, whatever the letter is, for example here whatever another letter, and we will make this short line, okay, here to connect it to the letter before. So this is how we would write it. Of course, like writing, I'm like on computer isn't really easy, so it may be messy, but this is like the concept of how to write it, okay. So here we will have some examples. uh, this is an example of letter alif in the beginning. As we see, it's never connected to the letter after, so it's like it's an isolated letter. So this is alif, okay, and two letters beside it, and it's not connected to the letter after. This word is called asad, asad, and it means line in Arabic, okay. So here in the beginning it's not connected. Again, another example here, it's a name, a very popular name in Arabic countries, Ahmed, Ahmed. Again, it's not connected to the letter after when it's in the beginning, okay. Here we have it in the middle. So as you see, in the middle here, it's connected to the letter before it. It's connected to the letter before it, okay. We just draw a short line, okay, extend it from the alif to the letter before it, but it's not connected to the letter after. Here it's another example of it in the middle, but it's not connected to the letter before. Why is that? We will know why it's not connected to the letter before. It's because of this letter, not because of the alif itself, okay. When we discuss or learn about this letter, we will understand why. But if it's with a letter like letter ba, ba is always connected, so it's connected with harf al-alif, so alif is connected to the letter before and never to the letter after, okay. Here another examples, okay, with harf al-ba in the middle, and here we have ba, alif, okay, but alif without hamza, and here we have alif with hamza. We will notice that the pronunciation is a bit different. For example, here it would be pronounced like bab, soft bab, okay, and here it would be pronounced ba's, ba's. So here ba and here ba, ba, okay. It's like how you pronounce letter A in a word like bar, and how you would pronounce it in a word like upper, okay, upper. So it's like here, but here it's like a soft okay, bab, and here it's bas, like frank, okay. And again, Alif, as we see here, whether it's with Hamza or it's not with Hamza, it's only connected to the letter before and never connected to the letter after. And how to connect them? Again, short line. We extend a short line from Alif to the letter before, a short line from Alif to the letter before. Okay, and examples of letter Alif in the end. Again, connected with a short line to the letter before, and that's it. Okay, so here it's called asa. Again, it's because there is no hamza. We pronounce it like a short as and soft a, so asa. And here it's rida, rida. Okay, let's um, let's imagine that we have hamza here. Okay, let's imagine we have hamza here. It would be asa, asa. Okay, not just asa. Okay, so without the hamza, it's asa. Okay. Okay, so basically that's everything you need to know for now about letter Alif. I hope this video was helpful. I know it's maybe a bit detailed, but I hope this will be useful for you. Thank you for watching. This is all for today.